They're starting the chemtrails up again really bad the last couple weeks. Bad. Just pisses me off. All right, so are we still okay? Because I haven't sealed it all up. We've been fortunate this year. We've had freezing temperatures, but down to about, I'm gonna say 30 degrees, 29, but not for any period of time. And you can see these guys in here have been okay. I just got several tomatoes here and there. They're doing good enough. I ain't gonna mess with them, I'll tell you that. And over here, I'll tell you, I have taste tested the green zebra. When one of them gets good and ripe and ready, I'll break down and I'll make a video for you guys and cut that dude open and try to tell you about it. But I'm tickled by them. I like them. I think they're really good tomatoes. Now, on the opposite end of that, isn't this crazy? I don't even have this thing really sealed up real good. This guy's still making peppers out here. That's crazy. Okay, now this monster over here is the Dr. Witch's Yellow. And I'll tell you, it makes tomatoes real good. You see him back there? Makes nice big tomatoes. But what I've noticed is, you know, this one is just maybe a third of the size they get sometimes, okay? Just a nice, this is like a normal store-bought size tomato right here. So here's another one here. But, and they're big, beautiful yellow tomatoes. Another one up in there. But while they have just a little tiny bit of sweetness to them, they have zero tart, tangy, acidic, which is what I personally am after. And so I'm disappointed by them because the plant is really healthy and it makes really good tomatoes, but I don't like them. I mean, they're not bad, they're just not good. And so Dr. Witch's Yellow will not be in my group of tomato grows from here on out. I have tasted the Thornburg Terracotta at home. They stay real little. Those guys, a big one, from what my experience has been so far, let's see. This may be like as big as a Thornburg Terracotta gets, you know. And this one looks a little broader this way than they get because they're a little flatter of a tomato, what I've seen so far. And they were okay, but they weren't worth all the trouble and they didn't put out very much. Same thing with the Mortgage Lifter. It didn't do very good here in Kimball County in Central Texas. Well, I've seen lots of good reviews on the stuff. They don't make good here, but the green zebra does well here. Tastes delicious. Pink Berkeley tie-dye does well here. Tastes delicious. The Ananas Noir does well here. Tastes delicious. The red snappers, I gave them a shot this year as well. And I was really surprised at how well they did here and how uniform and big they were. They were a really nice tomato. The Black Krim does really good here. Let's see what else does. Some of the beefsteak stuff's okay. Celebrity does really good here. Celebrity was the old go-to for me and most people around here that I know. That's one, and they try the big beef and stuff, but the Celebrity just keeps going through the heat, and then after, if you'll let your plants keep going, they'll keep coming afterwards too. But a lot of these fancy tomatoes I see all the time, man, I wanted to try everything and experience it, but I'm finding these green tomatoes is kind of the flavor I want. And they're labeled green, but they still turn color. And inside, they're still red. Some of it, there's some green to them, but when they're ripe, man, they have such a good the tomato flavor I remember from my childhood. And so I'm gonna stick with that kind of stuff. Obviously my frost cloth up above me here is making a difference without even, you know, some people put it outside and cover everything over, but between the plastic and having it on top, it's holding it pretty good in here. These tomatoes are doing great. And You know, shoot, I may put some of that broccoli and cabbage and cauliflower stuff in here. You know what? In fact, I'll probably do the cauliflower over here because it'll keep some of the bugs and stuff off, I believe. We're gonna try that. But things are going good here at the Secret Garden, and the greenhouse especially doing really good. And moving forward. But that's gonna be my last update out here. This is the home update. I'm just gonna combine it with the Secret Garden update for December. We're going to end this year out and go into 2025 with a good outlook. So let's check it out. I'm in the greenhouse at home. All the garlic's doing just fine. Popped on up there. I got a stray carrot coming out of nowhere. This has pretty well been left open. I haven't done anything here. Got some old leftover basils and this eggplant. I got the last one off. But, you know, still trying. It's pretty cozy in here, and I haven't even used a heater. And I know you really can't hardly see them, but I got a bunch of little lettuces thrown out in here. I haven't really seen much out of them. I don't think those seeds were too good. It was a free, there's some of them, I can see them in there. Those are free seeds from Baker Creek. They were the Yeticule lettuce. So we'll see how that stuff does. Over here, I've just about molested everything except for this tomato bush. I thinned it out because I couldn't see what was happening in there anymore, but it's doing really good. See, I got some nice ones here. And to be honest with you, I can't remember what flavor I've got. Just gonna have to wait and see. But I got a bunch of tomatoes, and there's a strawberry hiding back there. Let these go until it gets cold enough in here that something freezes, and then need to redo all this. I've got to get some more potting soil, but you can see everything's still flowering even through freezing nights without a heater this year. So that's a good thing. I've got her sealed up pretty good. And I've got the same thing happening up top. See, I used this frost cloth before I put my tarp over, and it keeps it a very constant, nice temperature in here. Seems to be doing well. So let's come out here and see what's going on. Oh, leaves haven't fallen off yet, so I'm waiting still to dig this guy up. And my figs are taking a hit. It's time. My little compost area here. I've got these beans just growing in here just to get some nitrogen back in the ground. But here's all my compost pile. Looks like some of my maters went ahead and made. Even after being cold and freezing. My asparagus, that stuff is almost there too. That fern's almost done, but all this stuff's pretty much gonna rest this winter. I am gonna steal one of these guys. Most sun golds are good. And there's all my grandbabies' gourds for making birdhouses. I got a couple of cauliflowers growing all along the way here. I've taken out the tomato bushes. You can see the shape that the fig tree's in. It was dropping them before anything got ready, but it did produce this year, so that's a good sign. I may prune it back a little bit later on. I'm not going to mess with it right now. Same with the peach. They're doing good. A couple more cauliflower over here on this side. And I cut this peach tree down and I left this sprig on it. It's going to be the new tree. So try to train it away from that greenhouse, and hopefully I can get some. This is the donut peaches, Saturn peach, whatever the heck they call them. I got one more over here. That dude's about had it too. I cut down this old trumpet vine that was here. I'm tired of fighting with it. And out here, got a couple of broccoli going right there. I haven't got any broccoli yet, and I've got some cabbages. The cabbages is doing great. A couple more broccoli and cauliflower hiding in the middle here. And y'all, it's hard to see them, but there are onions planted all throughout here and there. So, and I got a little bit of all of it here for the winter time. And that fig's had it. That's the brown turkey fig there. And underneath here, I'm being lazy. This shade cloth covers this garden in the heat of the summer, but I've got a whole bunch of little strawberry plants. They can just grow right there along my house, and some more onions. They're doing just fine back here hiding. Okay. And I replaced this drip line. I had a leak down there on that end, so I replaced the whole thing, and when I did, I extended it. It goes out and follows that railroad tie all the way down to the end of there. And so this next year, I think I'm going to plant a bunch of those little Thai basils. In fact, some of them that I cut down, I've already stomped them into the ground right in there so that maybe they'll seed next spring, because they're almost like hedges. I kind of like the way they look. They're not any problem. I can mow around those guys pretty good. And that's more or less where I'm at. I have one purple cabbage, and I tell you the truth, I don't even care. The purple cabbage takes too long. It's too hard, and you can see I'm getting some bugs. Not terrible, but they are here. I got stuff to fight it, but I'm gonna try not to mess with it and use anything that would give us cooties. But look, that guy's already forming a little head in there. There ain't nothing wrong with that. So, get a little cabbage and stuff. And here's my little garden bed area that I put in along the greenhouse. I think that's helping keep some of that warmth in there too. I've got onions all the way down. And ever so often here in the front, all along there, you see that spinach coming up. I got Bloomsdale, Noble, and there was another one. We'll see. And I got a little tub of carrots down there. I'm not sweating it. You can see here's the leftovers that I got. Everything froze, but you know, I still got some decent tomatoes. I just got so many, you know. But that's a red snapper, and it's about halfway done. They get quite a bit bigger, and a good full tomato, they're worth every bit penny. All right, now come over here. Okay, and this is the mortgage lifter. It's going to be my only one if it makes it. We'll see. For some reason, being right up here against this house, they have not killed over like the rest of them. But that one you can see in there, that is the Thornburg Terracotta. No biggie to me if it makes it or not. And I've got also some black Krim and some green zebra growing along through there. There's one over there. Let's see if I can get in close enough to see it. See him hanging up underneath there? There it is. So, there's that guy. This zucchini has gotten nuked. But let's go look. Let's take a closer look. All right. I've got a mess right now, y'all. Just bear with me. All right. It's taken a hit, but it's still got a couple on there trying to make, and it's still flowering. So until it just dies all the way, I'll try to get one or two off of it. We'll see. Maybe. And I also have more onions down there as well. I don't know if you can see them, but I'm hoping to have plenty of onions this year. And I've got in the back here, let's see. Yeah, I got chives. You can see them growing. They're doing okay. Come over here and cut them up as I need them. All right. And all of these guys are Brussels sprouts. I am not a Brussels sprout person, but my wife really likes them and her mama. And so I'm getting brownie points with the Brussels sprouts, and I thought it'd be cool to grow them just once to see how they do. And heck, if these taste better than what I've eaten from the store, then I might just like to have some. And this here is the Carmen pepper. Being outside, it's taken a pretty good hit, but you can see there's still peppers on there. Maybe I'll pick them, maybe I won't. I don't have a lot to do with them, to be honest. When they're young like that, they don't have a sweetness yet. They're kind of tart, to be honest. I'm sorry, not Carmen peppers. These are the Lunchbox. But look, you know, they get a pretty orange like that, and they get sweet. These are not too bad here. So, yeah, that dude's okay. All right. Grapevines doing okay. Elephant ears are starting to back off. Roses are coming on out for a minute. Enjoying a break from the elephant ears smothering them. That cold, I'm telling you, the elephant ears and the banana trees don't like it. Look up high, you can see. I'm debating right now at this moment whether or not to separate pups and maybe chop off about neck level and wrap them guys and see if I might get a head start on next year and actually get some bananas. But we'll see. This old peach tree doing good. Got tall this year. And so did this one that I started from seed. Did really good. You can see that banana didn't want none of it. It's too dang cold. And the resting garden looks like hell. But I've honored God here and I have given it its year of rest. The stuff that came up in there was volunteer. I didn't plant anything in here. Once I knew not to prune or trim anything back, I've left it alone. So, at this point, it's just about had it. But next year, I get to use this space again, and that just makes me happy because I've had a lot of luck through the years right over here. The last 7, it was planted up until this year. And so we're going to try it God's way. And I just guarantee you, I'm going to be in better shape for it. I'll clean this guy up in the spring. And I'll have a whole bunch more space to plant a bunch more stuff. And y'all can laugh at my mess, but I have one more grapevine over here. It's been growing. It's reaching out trying to get up in that sycamore tree. But you can see it did pretty well this year. I pruned off of it. That's where some of that stuff came from out there at the secret garden. So that's it for 2024. We come back, it's gonna be 2025, new year. Hopefully everything's gonna be cool. Y'all see them back there? Boy, it's been a hazy, you know what kind of day. Let me turn you this other way. If you can even see anything anymore. It's spread out enough now. Big old grid this morning. Anywho, see you guys in 2025. Y'all have a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year, and keep it going. We'll see y'all next time.